Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's final of the LTV Into Parish quiz. We have three teams after qualifying, and they are Killamatra, Rylan and Clonbrahad. Our question master is John Sheehan, timekeeper Jerry Toohig, scorekeeper Helen Hallisey, and adjudicator Moira Hallisey. So now, with no other ado, I hand you over to Mr. John Sheehan, our question master for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, and welcome to the parish quiz. And the teams this evening representing Killamatra, we have the captain Donald Ring, Mary Scriven, Mary Cronin and Martin Cronin. And for Rylan, we have Mary Casey, their captain, Dan Murphy, Dan Healy and Dermot Cronin. And for Clonbrahad, we have Larry Creed, Con Healy, Mary Teresa O'Riordan and Joe O'Leary. The rules this evening are the same as they have been all right through the competition. We'll have two 2-mark individual questions, one 4-mark individual question, and then followed by one 6-mark individual question. And then we'll have 8 team questions. If at the end of that we are still deadlocked, we will have a sudden death playoff. And having said all that, I think that the best thing we can do at that said, apologies for the voice this evening. I have spent the week in bed with the flu, but nevertheless we get over that. So starting off with Killamatra and Donald Ring in the first set, and the first 2-mark question is, and Donald, for you, in the Bible, who was the father of Cain?
Adam.
That is correct, Adam. And for you, Mary Scriven, what Irish singer won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1970?
Dana.
Yes, Dana won it with all kinds of everything. And for Mary Cronin, where are cows regarded as sacred animals?
In India.
That is correct, Mary. And for you, Martin Cronin, what Irish county is known as the Faithful County?
Offaly.
Offaly is correct. And now over to Rylan and Mary Casey there. What is the largest inland county in Ireland?
Tipperary.
That is correct, Mary. And for you, Dan Murphy, what kind of fish is a conger?
It's an eel.
That is correct. And for Dan Healy, what is the staple food of the Chinese?
Rice.
That is correct. And for you, Dermot Cronin, what was St. Paul's name before his conversion?
Saul.
That is correct. And now over to Clonbrahad and to you, Larry Creed. What is a book of maps called?
Necklace.
That is correct. And for Connie, in which county is the scenic glen of Aherlow?
Tipperary.
That is correct. And now to Mary Teresa O'Riordan, who is the present Minister for Health?
Barry Desmond.
That is correct again. And to you, Joe O'Leary, what is the Scottish name for the mountain ash?
The Rhone.
The Rhone, yes, it was made popular by Robbie Burns and Kenneth McKellar. Thank you. That is the first round now. So on to the second round of 2-mark questions, and back again to Killamatra and Donald Ring. Yeah. The Pyrenees lie between what 2 European countries?
France and Spain.
That is correct. And Basque country, as a matter of fact. And now to you, Mary Scriven. What bird was reputed to sing before it died? Or before it dies?
The lark.
Sorry, Mary, it's the swan. And now to Mary Cronin. What kind of animal is a koala?
A bear.
That is correct, Mary. And back to Martin Cronin. How many counties are there in Connacht?
5.
Pardon?
5.
That is correct, Martin. And now back to Rylan and Mary Casey again. The first secretary of the GAA, Michael Cusack, was a native of what county?
Clare.
That is correct, Mary. And to you, Dan Murphy, who is the Minister for Finance? Man the country.
Alan Dew.
That is correct again. And to Dan Healy, again, what is goodbye in Spanish?
Hasta la vita.
Adios. Sorry. And to you, Dermot Cronin, what is the popular name of the crane fly?
Daddy Longlegs.
That is correct, thank you. And now to you, Larry Creed, again. What Tipperary town is built on the shore?
Clonmel.
No, sorry, Larry, it's Care. And to Con Healy, what is the German word for miss?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What is the German word for miss? The name of a well-known song.
Fräulein. Fräulein.
Well, yes, it is Fräulein. We'll give, just on the bell, we'll give them there. And to you, Mary Teresa, what kind of animal is a dromedary?
Sorry, repeat the question.
What kind of animal is a dromedary? D-R-O-M-E-D-A-R-Y.
It's Thomas.
On the bell again, since we give. You said?
A camel.
You said a camel. It's on the bell, Johnny, what do we do? Sorry. We get it? Fine. And now again over to Joe O'Leary. How many angles has a pentagon? P-N-T-I-G-O-N.
5.
5, and 5 it is. So that is after the second round of 2-mark questions, and over to Helen for a score at the end of 2 marks.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first round, we have a level pegging with Killamartin on 14 points, Rylan on 14 points, and Clontarhood also on 14 points.
Thank you, Helen. And now back to Killamartin again and Donal Ring. Donal, for 4 marks, Carrick-Macross was once famous for the manufacture of what fabric?
Lace.
Lace it is. And to you, Mary Scriven, what boxer was known as Gentleman Jim? Sorry, Mary, it's James Corbett. Mary Cronin again. Mary, what is Ontaska? What's the English of Ontaska?
It's the National Trust.
That is correct. And to you, Martin Cronin, what is the largest county in South America?
Brazil.
I have Argentina here. And
Large country.
country in South America.
Brazil.
So where do we go from there? Judicator, I have questions about that one, but Argentina, I have here an Argentina.
Yes, you just
I did, yeah? Well, the best thing that we can do in that case, seeing that there's controversy about that, will everybody agree that I ask another question instead? Seeing that I think it's only fair, because I think that question, having looked at it again there right now, that there is some, the book that I got conflict about it, so I'll take just one, so we'll take one here. So again, back to you, Martin. The Sam Maguire Cup is modelled on what famous chalice?
The Ardagh chalice.
That is correct. And over to Ilan and Mary Casey. What narrow gauge railway was immortalised by Percy Fringe in his song? And you're right there, Michael.
The West Clare Railway.
And to Dan Murphy, what is the second highest mountain in Ireland?
I don't know.
It's Mount Brandon. And for you, Dan Healy, what was the name given to the stone hand mill used for grinding corn in early times?
Kern
Be a small, a bit more specific.
Kern, no?
Not to refuse that one, isn't it? Adjudicated. Quernstone actually is what it is, but the thing that you got from. Fine. And to you, Dermot Cronin, what is seismology? Seismology.
Seismology is bouncing sound waves to determine
I don't think you've got the message quick.
seismology.
Seismology.
It's to determine what is underneath the surface of the earth. The formations of rock.
Yes, I think I'll accept that here. It's a science of earthquakes, so it's the very, very same thing. And now over to Larry Creed. And in what county was Father Matthew, the Apostle of Temperance, born?
Kilkenny?
No, Larry, I'm sorry, it was in County Tipperary. And back to Conhealy, in what city is the Wailing Wall?
Jerusalem.
That is correct. And to you, Mary Teresa, what is the capital of Ecuador?
Quito.
Yes, that's Quito's thing. Thank you very much. And the last question, Joe O'Leary, the famous Abbey of Kilcrea in Mid-Cork, what order of priests lived there? Sorry, the bell was gone. It was Franciscans, and it was founded in 1645, and it was built by Cormac, Lord of McCarthy, Lord of Musgrave, and the other connection with the place is that Bishop Hurley from the area is buried there, and also After O'Leary is buried in Kilcrea. So over to you, Helen, for a score, please.
Now, the marks at the end of that round. Killamarcha, 26 points. Ryland, 26 points. Clondrahod had 22 points. So that means Killamarcha and Ryland are vying now at this stage.
Thank you, Helen. And now back to Killamarcha again and Donald Ring for 6-mark individual questions. Which king signed the Magna Carta?
King John.
King John in 1215. And to you, Mary, what is Phil Courter's tribute in song to his native city of Derry?
The town I love so well.
That is right, Mary. And to you, Mary Cronin, if canine refers to dogs, what does feline, F-E-L-I-N-E, refer to?
A cat.
That is correct, Mary. And for you, Martin, El Blana was an ancient name for what Irish city?
Pardon, would you repeat the question, please?
El Blana, E-L-B-L-A-N-A, was the ancient name for what Irish city?
Dublin.
Dublin, that is correct. And over to Eileen and Mary Casey. A new book was launched in Cork a few weeks ago. It is called Voices of Ireland. Name its author.
Donegal Dooling.
That is correct, Mary. And for Dan Murphy, what is regarded as the capital of the Aran Islands?
Inishmore.
No, Kilronan. And to you, Dan Haley, what is chemical symbol for fluorine? F-L-O-U-R-I-N-E. F is correct. And for you, Dermot Cronin, where is Strongbow buried?
He's buried in Dublin Protestant Cathedral.
Could you be a bit more specific than that?
It's Mount Street, near Mount Street.
I think we'll give it. It's in Christ Church Cathedral in Dublin. And now you over to Larry. Michael O'Dwyer was famous in the 1798 rising. What county was he native of? And it's not Kerry. County Wicklow, Larry. And over to Conhealy. The burn in County Clare is an example of what type of landscape? It's a special name given to this particular type of landscape.
Cast landscape.
Cast landscape, that is correct. And over to you, Mary Teresa. Lima is the capital of what country?
Lima.
Lima?
Peru.
Peru, that is correct. And to you, Joe O'Leary, there are 8 different kinds in use in Britain. How many are there here in Ireland?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
There are 8 different kinds in use in Britain. How many are there here in Ireland?
Seven.
No, there are 6 in Ireland. So now, Helen, over to you after 6 marks and see what way the teams stand at that stage.
At the end of the 4th round, Kilmartra have a total of 50 points, Rylan have a total of 44 points, and Clondrohid have a total of 34 points, which puts Kilmartra into the lead now.
Thank you, Helen. And now the questions will be taken through their captains in this case, and 20 seconds are allowed for the team math questions. And this team math question for Kilmartra: what is a light year? What is a light year?
It's the distance light travels in a year. The distance.
That is correct, yeah. At the speed of 186,000 miles per second. That is correct. And over to Rylan. Nanking was once the capital of what country? Nanking.
China.
China is correct. And Hugh Clondrohid and Larry Creed. Near which county Mayo town is Ashford Castle? Cong is correct. And back again to Kilmartra. And who said this? Who said, never in the field of human conflict has so much been owed by so many to so few? Churchill, that is correct. And back to Rylan and Hugh Mary. Who was the architect that designed St. Paul's Cathedral in London?
Christopher Wren.
That is correct. And Hugh, Larry and Clondrohid. What is photophobia?
Fear of photographs. I'll take your photograph.
No, it's the fear of light or shrinking from light. And back again to Kilmartra. Who was the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland?
Hurd.
That is correct, that was Hurd. And to you, Rylan and Mary Casey again. Who was the first Archbishop of Canterbury?
St. Thomas of Becket.
No, the first Archbishop of Canterbury was St. Augustine, and he's one of the patron saints. I think he shared that honour with Thomas of Becket, but St. Augustine was the first Archbishop of Canterbury. And over to you, Larry. What lady in Greek mythology had a face so beautiful that it could launch 1,000 ships?
Helen of Troy.
That is correct. And back again to Kilmartra and Donald. Who designed Leinster House in Dublin? Cassell. That is correct, Richard Cassell. And back to Rylan and Mary Casey. What is a conometer? K-O-N-I-M-E-T-E-R. Something for measuring something? Is that me? Something to measure something? Is that an answer? No, it's an instrument for measuring dust in the air. And over to you, Larry and Clondrahod. What do the four horsemen of the apocalypse represent? Four Gospels? No, Larry. It's conquest, war, famine, and death. And this famous engraving, this engraving on that was done by Albert Dürer, and he was born on the 21st of May 1471 in Nuremberg. So now over to you, Helen, and the score after the first round of six.
As we enter the home stretch, the results are as follows. Killamartra have 74 points, Rylan have 56 points, and Clondrahod have a total of 40 points. Killamartra are in the lead. Sorry, that should read. Yeah.
Have we right? Have we right, Helen?
Sorry. Clondrahod should have 46 points. 46.
And now back again to Killamartra and Donald Ring. In which year was the Suez Canal officially opened?
(1867).
I find it very, very hard to refuse that. What do we give it? 1869? The adjudicator says that we can give it. 1869 it is, all. I think Christmas time, I think we'll give that one. Brilliant. And back to Elan and the Captain Mary Casey. What is unusual about the date of the 10th of September 1752? What's unusual about that date?
An eclipse?
No. There is no such date. When the Gregorian calendar was replaced by the Julian calendar in 1752, the days the 3rd to the 13th of September were omitted. And back to Larry and Clondrahod. What was the date of the Battle of Waterloo?
(1815).
1815 it is. And as I said, that there was butter supplied from this area on the ships at the Battle of Waterloo. Back again to Killamartra and to Donaldring. In which year was the Battle of Hastings?
1066.
1066 it is. And back to Rylan and to you, Mary Casey. The ore galena is the chief source of which metal? Galena.
Ten.
No, it's lead, Mary. And back to you, Larry Freed. Which is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust?
Zinc.
No, it's aluminium. And back to Killamartra and to Donaldring. In which county in England is the famous monument of Stonehenge?
Somerset.
It's in Wiltshire. And back to Rylan and to you, Mary. Which is the commonest letter in the English language?
E.
That is correct. The letter E is the commonest letter. And back to you, Larry. What was the name given to members of the League of Women who campaigned prior to the First World War for the right of women to vote?
Suffragettes.
Suffragettes it is. And back again to Kilnamartyr. Which famous Englishman was killed at the Battle of Trafalgar?
Admiral Nelson.
In 1805. And back to Rylan and to you, Mary Casey. Killary Harbour between Galway and Mayo is an example of which geographical feature?
An inlet or fjord?
Pardon?
An inlet or fjord?
It's a fjord. It's the only fjord in Ireland, actually. And back to Clondrahood, and for the last question. The mavis, this bird is better known in Ireland by what name? The mavis, M-A-V-I-S.
Thrush.
It's a thrush. That is correct. So that is the end of the 6-mark team questions, and we'll go over to our scorekeeper, Helen Hennessy, for final score.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the final round, the results are as follows. Kilnamartyr have a total of 92 points, Rylan have a total of 68 points, Clondrahood have a total of 64 points. That means that Kilnamartyr have won the competition.
Our congratulations to Kilnamartyr on winning this contest, and it was a gallant, a round of applause for the gallant losers. So that, having said all that, I think there's nothing left for me but to thank all the people concerned, to thank the people on the camera and the people on the lights, and the John Keller who produced the show. So with that, I will hand you over to Michael Hennessy. Done from me, John Shane. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, John. And again, congratulations to Kilnamartyr. And of course, congratulations to our two gallant runners-up, Rylan and Clondrahood. That brings us to the end of this LTV quiz. So if we had a representative from Noel C. Douglas here to present the prizes now, we would be very happy. And we do so. He's coming, I think. Right. So now we have Thomas Duggan of Noel C. Duggan's Mill Street here, a son to Noel C., to present the prizes. And now, if the Kilnamartyr team first don't ring the captain will come out, he'll get his prize from Thomas Duggan. Mary Scriven, next. Mary Cronin. And the last man, Martin Cronin. So that concludes the business. The only thing for me is to thank Noel C. Duggan for presenting the prizes. And so with that, thank you very much. Oh yes, sorry. The captain, I think, of the Kilnamartyr team has a few words to say to you. Donald Ring.
Sorry, I'd just like to thank everybody involved, particularly the LTV people who organised the quiz, and also the people who helped with our own team in Kilnamartyr, particularly Dahi McSweeney and his wife. They helped us in coaching us. So thanks very much to everybody again. It's made this possible. Thanks.